Just do it.
This is Björn Lundberg. Welcome to Threefold Talk.
Hello, everybody. Mel is apparently off screen now for some reason.
We lost her.
Mel, did you leave?
No,
No.
I didn't leave.
Well, I was solo running the first time read a bit for a second. Then I was like, no.
No, I didn't leave. I was here. I've been here. I've been here the whole time.
It's the pressure of holding it. That's what it was. So
I'm holding it.
holding. Yeah, hold. Yay.
Yay.
I was waiting for that joke.
Hey.
Welcome, everybody, to Threefold Talk, where we are reading through The Expanse currently. Leviathan Wakes. We're on chapters 5 and 6 this week. I am your first-time reader and first-time watcher. I've never watched the show either. Below me.
Bigger book than you.
That's
My
what
book
he
is
said.
bigger than your book.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel like we have the same book.
I can two-fist this book.
That's because that's like European sizes.
Do you really think that they're same size books, Rob?
I think his is a little skinnier.
I think you have a small head.
No.
Mine might be the biggest book of them all.
Wow.
Yours is the shiniest.
One book to rule them all,
Your
apparently. so-
book is pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, welcome, everyone. Below me, the person who just compared book sizes with me. I didn't think we'd be doing that already. That is...
Mel.
Woo! Woo! And Mel, you're also a
Oh man, we're doing
reader.
fill in the blank.
first time reader?
Right, first time reader. And pseudo show watcher, though I think people are probably having a hard time believing that's true.
No, you're just faking it for me. It's okay. It's fine. So, and on this side, I have...
Roof Mistress Leigh-A. I have read the books, the whole series multiple times and seen the show multiple times. And I also agree with what Winter's Lady said here. And can we please not upset me tonight? You know,
I make no guarantees.
No promises.
I mean, that's really a noble goal and quite a
It's
big
a very
ask.
noble goal, yes.
It's a
Yeah,
big
I
ask.
mean, we can try and cheer Leia up. Let me see if this cheers you up. Let me throw in. Let's put 3 memberships to the challenge.
I was so nervous about what was about to happen. I was like, oh god, what's he gonna do?
Yay!
Lots of awesome memberships.
Yay!
So someone mentioned last time, which I didn't know, so maybe I should look at my account, that you have to check something in your YouTube account to accept gift memberships. So I probably should check that out.
Oh, there we go, folks. Yes. I will look that up to find out how to do that. And if someone reminds me at the beginning of next week, because I've got a very busy weekend, then I will post an how-to for that.
I'm going to try to do it myself, too.
Yeah. But yes, and the person who just spoke and reminded us about checking whether you can receive gifts on YouTube, that is...
Amaze Farstrider. I am a one-time reader. This is my first reread. So excited. And I've seen the show 5 or 6 times at least, all the way through. So I'm a big watcher, a small reader.
Amazing.
It's so fun to read it this way. I'm just like rereading it for the first time, kind of like Wheel of Time when you reread the first time. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
How'd we do on your quiz, Rob?
You did pretty well, folks. I did not prepare the ladies for that introduction at all. So yeah, it just occurred to me we should introduce our levels and who we are, because people may find us at various stages. So
and we should remind everyone that This is a first-time reader show, and we do not talk about the books past the chapters we are reading. So we are reading 5 and 6. So no comments left after the show is over in the live chat that goes beyond Leviathan Wakes chapter 6.
Yeah.
And that includes the show. We're not discussing the show
no
at all
show.
because that has potential for spoilers. The
No
show,
show.
while it is similar to the books, does have some differences. So, and maybe we'll eventually get there, but
Yeah, maybe.
we're not there right now.
No, but do you know where we are?
I know where we are.
We're at the news segment, I think. So let's get
We
in
are.
some
We have a lot
fast
of
news.
news. So
Let's
much
have some
news.
beautiful voices in here and update folks on the news that's been happening in the past week.
Spear brothers and sisters,
It is time to cover up your face.
for the wheel of time has news, and we shall dance the spears with it.
This is the Daily Veil.
Who's that handsome man?
Whoa!
Oh, look at my boy.
Oh,
Look
it's
at him.
getting hot in here already.
My baby girl.
We always need a little baby girl.
He's so clothed.
I know his suits are nice.
He's
His-
very clothed.
Really good. Very dapper.
But he's got the vest that if he wanted to have a deep V, he could have a deep V. He's just being a little modest.
That's
That's true,
actually
that's
our
good.
young Sherlock bingo card, Deep V. We'll see where it goes.
Does this pose remind you of season 3 Donal in the bar getting his portrait?
It really
Mhm.
does. It
It's
really
like
does
the
give me that vibe.
exact same echo of that. I love it. I very appreciate it. Anyway, why do we have this up on our screen?
Amis, you're the one that found this?
Yeah, so we have discussed this in the past. It's coming out in March, and we played maybe a teaser like a month ago. This is the full trailer. I don't know if we want to play it or not. We can always put the link in the chat, but we talked last time about the teaser being a little less Donal than we would have liked, but this has got a lot of Donal in it, and it's so fun to watch him interact with the other actor's name, Fiennes. Can't remember his first name.
But not Donal.
The not
the not
Donal.
Donal, the Sherlock character. It's really fun to watch them interact in the trailer a bit more than in the teaser. So I don't know if we want to play it or not, but it's out there now.
Yeah. I'm officially renaming this show Young Moriarty.
Young Moriarty, exactly.
Right, seriously.
I mean, I think there's potential for Donal to steal the show.
I mean, how could he not?
Look at this man right now. Just look at that pose. How can he not?
I know.
So
Who doesn't love
let's,
skin
let's,
stripes?
let's,
Come on.
let me. I'll pause the music and we'll play we'll play a short piece of it. So
Okay.
Okay, let me back it up because this is we tried to get a clip that showed Donal. So, also apologies, my my player was a little stuttering earlier. So if the quality's bad, you've got the link and you can go watch it yourself.
the link is in chat.
Sometimes
folks,
that illuminates you. You've no idea what's at stake here. I feel as though I should thank you for saving me from a life of sheer boredom. You are most welcome.
I love the music in this trailer too.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Fun.
Definitely not music from that time, but
Absolutely not.
good
But
music.
that,
was a Guy-
that feels very Guy
it's Guy
Ritchie.
Ritchie.
Yeah.
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 seriously.
Very Guy Ritchie.
Yes, it is indeed.
What's this?
Rob,
This
do
is so
I
exciting.
can talk about this. Yes, folks. It's been enough of us over here in the UK creating comedy and sending it to America for you to make your own versions of it. We've decided fair and fair about we're taking a piece back. And so we are doing SNL here in the UK. And one of the wonderful folks involved who's going to be part of the cast is that wonderful face there. Come on. Look at him. He's so happy. Yeah, he's going to be
That
part of
is
the crew.
so cool.
It is so cool.
It's going to kick off on Sky. Sky Original here, which is kind of like back in the day was our HBO, I suppose. But Sky's like pretty common now. And it begins on the 21st of March, being live each week. And I believe they're doing 6 to kick it off with, if I remember
That's-
correctly.
He's gonna be so good at that.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited for him.
He's really pumped about it. Like if you've been seeing his socials, he's been sharing it out, and Donald's been like, "My dude is so good," you know. So yeah, it's really.
I'm excited for him to do comedy. Like I want to see this come to life.
Oh, he's hilarious. He's a hilarious actor. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, that's coming up. The March is looking like a good month so far.
March is banging. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a great month.
What else we got?
Mies, you also found this.
Yeah, actually, credit to the group, which I can't remember the name of. It's at the top. That interviewed Lapierre de Terre, but I'm sure it's pronounced better in French actually. But
That was pretty good.
they interviewed one of the stunt performers from Wheel of Time who performed a ton of stunts for like, I don't know, the pictures even show like 5 or 6 different characters, and it's just really exciting to hear from another person in the stunt crew talking about their time with the Wheel of Time group. And she said her favorite stunt that she performed was the fight. She was Avienda in a lot of the fight between her and Lan, or not the fight, but when they fought together for fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was her favorite. But she did a Gwen. There was a picture of her as Elida, and she did some of the scene. She was Nynaeve in the opening scene for season 3, in the big, crazy scene. She played her when like the stuff fell on her and everything. Yeah. She's done a lot of characters. It's a really good interview. They talk a lot about her just experience in general and how you can get into becoming a stunt performer. Anyway, there's a lot of videos in there that are really fun to watch. If you want to.
Yeah, and this is the one of her playing Avienda, so we figured this would be the one we would play just really quickly.
Yeah.
It's very short, 15 seconds. And again, apologies for
it's all right.
my
We kind of FOMO.
That's so cool.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Then she talks about how going back and forth from the 2 spears to the 1 is, was really challenging for her, and how she loved practicing that. So it's a really nice article if y'all want to read it. It's been posted in a lot of Discord servers. Maybe Leigh-A can post it here. You already did. You're so amazing.
Yeah, it's already in the chat. Yep.
You're amazing. So yeah, this is a really fun read. Yeah. Our stunt performers were amazing.
Oh my gosh, so true.
Don't trust her social media. She looks like she's injured. I fell for it one time. I sent her a message. I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry about your injury." She's like, "It's a fake." I was like, "You got me."
No.
So yeah, don't believe her if she looks injured on social media. She's psyching you out. So, but she's a great person. Yeah, so it's
cool
great.
to see all this stuff in the background too, just like the business of the set. It's neat.
It really is.
Very, very cool. All right, what we got next?
All right, so Rob, we posted this for you because you need to go see another play.
I mean, I'm seeing 2 this month. In fact, I'm literally leaving. I'm on a bus in less than 9 hours' time to go to London to see a play. To see Into the Woods with Kate.
Oh
my
that's going to be great fun.
That's
amazing.
amazing.
So fun.
So jealous.
This is John Proctor as the villain. It's having its UK premiere. Now, I'm guessing that this has been announced for a while and is a very popular show because although the cast literally got announced, like Monday or something like that, and me sent me the link straight away, I went and looked at tickets and the entire run was already sold out. So I can only presume the show was pre-announced and tickets went on sale before the cast was announced. It's that popular.
That's
but as you can see here, one of the wonderful cast members is going to be Donald Finn. He's a busy guy on stage still, it seems. And it's going to be excuse me, apologize. It's going to be
April, I think.
Yes, April sounds right. Yeah. Debut. So it originally came out in the debut of spring 2025. Sadie Sink was Shelly, as you can see there. But in London, this is the cast. It's highlighted. There's no point running through all those names there. But Donald is going to be playing Carter Smith. So if you're familiar with the story, that's who he's going to be playing. So yeah. I know that some folks are putting their name down on the list for tickets coming up on the day. People cancel and things like that because I reckon people bought them in advance before the casting, and there will be someone be like, I can't be able to go. I don't like any of these people, or I don't know them, or whatever. Or I now changed my plans. So unfortunately, I can't be on those lists because it's literally the morning of, and I probably won't be able to get down to London.
Yeah.
But I know some folks in
I
London
bet they'll
will be.
extend it.
Yeah, probably get extended, and some folks in London will be putting themselves on those lists. So hopefully, someone can go to it and let us know what it's like.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
All right, just a couple more pieces of news.
Can't believe all the news we have this week, everybody.
I know,
So
it's
much
been a
news.
crazy week. So one of our favorite composers from the Wheel of Time is releasing an album. You can go and pre-order that right now. So he's put this out on some of his socials and whatnot, and we've done kind of previews of some of the songs, I believe, that he's teased us with. So this is available February 13th. So if you want to pre-order it, cool. I put the link in the chat if you want to access that. It's
Good job,
amazing.
Mikhail.
Yeah, nice job. So yeah,
Sorry.
that's out like basically next week.
I wonder who did the art.
I know, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I can message him and ask. So I can put it in his Discord and ask.
He mentioned something on a post, right, about how it's very Beatlesque or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that artwork gives me Beatle vibes, to be honest.
Mhm.
So,
for sure.
It's very like
Cool.
Yellow Submarine.
mhm.
And speaking of music, Rob, this one's for you.
Oh, yeah.
The incredible Raga has decided to do a
Right, so it's kind of a
Yeah.
long video.
yeah. So this
did.
is she's done the vocals for an EDM / like rock band, basically. And yeah, it sounds pretty banging. I got to be honest. It's like it's not classic EDM, like it's got a rock vibe to it, which I really love. And as pointed out by LBF when I played this in the freewheeling pre-recording last week, extra credit goes to Raga for this, for being the very clever maiden who fought to keep extra spears handy around her neck, just in case she needed them.
So
You
sweet.
never know when you need some neck spears.
So, yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, always.
Yeah.
Constant neck spears.
So, but it's a very cool track. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see when Diamond Hands, which also feels very Aiel.
Right.
I've got to be honest. I'm intrigued to hear the full track when it comes out.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And our last bit of news, which I'm really excited for. Rob, do you want to do this one?
Sure. Since we've talked about Bane, we have to talk about that is Maya, and almost 2 weeks ago now, Maya and her wonderful partner, whose name I lose right now, I do apologize, welcomed baby Arlo into the world. So we have a little baby Aiel into the world now, and this is his cute little like snuggly blanket, I believe. But yeah, Arlo is his name, and yeah, they both seem super happy, and it's super cute. He's a cute kid, bless him. So go check it out if you haven't already.
Second child of a maiden who's returned to the maidens. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Expected we'd have more than one.
It seems as if she put a bridal wreath in front of this guy because
I think she might have, yeah.
yeah. So I'm not sure if she's going back to the maidens, but
Oh,
maybe she'll be a wise one now.
I feel like
Has
this is
anyone
fourth age
told
maidens.
Gaul?
Yeah, maybe this is fourth age maidens, where it's like you can have the hubby, have the kid,
both.
and still go off to war when you just feel
And
like
still
it.
do the stabbies. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
That's fun news.
they seem so happy. I'm sure they've still got all the usual baby sleepless nights and things like that going on. But
Oh,
they
yeah.
seem truly happy about it at the same time. So
Follow
congratulations
her.
to them.
If you follow her on Instagram and saw any of she just had the most adorable baby bump, and she was just like so glamorous and just low key and casual all at the same time. It was just like great watching their entire.
Yeah, she was very
Journey.
glam with the baby bump. I've got to be honest, but not like in a
mean-
pretentious way. It just felt very. I don't
It's
know,
just she's a gorgeous
it's what-
person, and she was glowing. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's all the news.
it's all the news.
I like it.
That's it. So much
Unless
stuff.
you have any surprises for us, Rob.
I have no extra surprises this week.
I mean, we
I
could
feel like there's a lot.
re-announce that Bjorn is coming to MalkieriCon
Yeah.
because
could.
that deserves like a second.
I
and a
mean,
third
if you
and a
missed this
fourth.
last week, folks, we did announce that Bjorn Lamberg Ruach, while we're talking about the IEL, is coming to MalkieriCon. I don't have the singular graphic for that loaded in. I only have the little Instagram reel that I made. So, but yeah, he's coming. So if you want to come and meet Bjorn Lamberg in person in Prague for our last trip in Prague before we decide to take it to other venues in Europe, then you need to go to malkiertalks.com/MalkieriCon and grab your tickets today, right now. Go. No,
Do it
bye-bye.
now.
Go after the show.
I mean,
After
yeah.
the show. We'll remind you at the end of the show because you've got to stick around because we've got a good show. And
I'm
do you know why
open
it's
to
going to
that.
be a good show? Do you know why I know it's going to be a good show? Because we're talking some more Molden today. And if you don't love Molden, what are you
Oh
even
my
doing?
god. That is so good.
Spuds!
For the young kids
you-
in the room, this is a reference to a movie from like the late 80s, early 90s.
Yes. So this is
Oh.
Holden and Miller working a clay wheel, making butt rock.
Obviously.
And this is obviously a reference to the movie Ghost, which came out, in the 80s, I think.
No,
Yeah, Patrick
definitely the
Swayze and-
90s.
Was it the 90s? Okay.
Demi
For sure
Moore.
the 90s.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, it came out a number of years ago, over 30 years ago, and it stars. Just kidding.
Patrick
Just kidding.
Swayze
I'm
and
like
Demi
slightly
Moore.
Yes, thank you.
uncomfortable.
The only thing I'm really uncomfortable with
Like
is maybe the
sacrilegious vibes.
Golden
Like,
shorts. They're so short.
Yeah.
I love it.
But
Thank
this
you.
is like-
Bud.
this is implying that butt rock was not sculpted by Lan Mandragoran's ass.
No, they were sculpting their own tribute
Said-
to Butt Rock.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay.
they long to have the lamb's ass.
I thought the lore was changing, and my entire
No. This was
religious
just
basis was being blown apart.
This was just a crossover tribute moment. So yeah. There we are, folks. It's time to talk chapters 5 and 6.
Oh my
of The
gosh,
Expanse.
so much is
Leviathan Weeks.
happening.
It's a very quiet week. Not much happens.
Yeah,
So
no big deal. No big deal.
Probably going to
Everything's
be a
fine.
very chill, quiet show today.
No,
so
don't
yeah.
have anything to say about this at all.
Nope.
No.
So we'll just go straight to the question.
And that's
shall
the show.
And then
Yeah.
we're done. So, Rob, no. First thoughts. Are we going to do, chapter summary? Anyone? Sorry, I forgot about that.
You do it.
Yeah. Have you done one yet? I don't think you've done one yet.
We've all done one so far. So
I
Oh,
did
yes,
one
this is
the
our
first
fifth show.
night, but I haven't read this in a few days, so.
I
I'm
mean, I
just-
can do it if you want.
Okay,
You got this.
chapter. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
I read like 4 days ago, so I probably won't be as accurate.
okay. Sorry, there was a delay there, so I do apologize, folks. All right, so here we scroll back. So we have them going down to Scappy. Okay, so Holden has grabbed the team of folks. They're heading down to. Oh no, sorry, I'm going back. They're coming back from Scappy. They've been called back because shit's hit the fan. Okay. And they're flying back and they're doing the burn because they got to get back quick and they can't take another 2 hours, whatever, because someone has appeared out of nowhere, out of thin air or thin vacuum, technically, I suppose, and has launched missiles towards the can. And shit's hitting the fan and it's not looking good. Thank you if you ever changed music. I was feeling the vibe wasn't right for some reason. And so they're rushing back, and they're like, shit, actually, you're not going to get back in time. Captain says, just go hide and come and rescue us afterwards type thing, get survivors and stuff like that. You're like, fuck, okay, great, we'll turn around and we'll try and get survivors afterwards. And then as they're doing that, it goes all white and fuzzy because they launched 8 nuclear missiles at the can, and it is no longer in existence. It is nothing but a bit of vapor.
They're gonna
It's
just have to
gone.
go live in the coccyx ship.
Yes.
And can't do anywhere.
Yeah. So it's It's pretty fucking scary, and Holden is obviously pissed, and he's like, do you know what's a really good idea? To send off the entire ship's manifest to said ship as it's trying to run away.
This fucking guy. Sorry, go on.
He just decided to dox everybody.
Yeah, he's gonna dox everybody. So we did that.
Enemies.
And then Naomi's just like, let's fucking sort some shit out. And they check out the battery on the transponder because Amos is like, hey, like, nukes are kind of tough to get if you're not in the military. And I know when I was in the military for the Martians.
Alex said this. This is Alex.
Sorry, it was Alex. Sorry, not my apologies. Alex. When I was in the military, like, we were kind of developing this kind of like come out of the vacuum hidden sort of spaceship type vibe. So yeah, like we should check out the transponder. And on the battery pack is a logo from the Martian Navy. Dun dun dun. So that's chapter 5, and Holden obviously then transmits that out. That's chapter 5. Chapter 6 is Miller and Havy heading back to headquarters at the request of the boss. And on the way, Havy's like, what's the big problem? We got shitloads of water. We didn't need that. It's, like, kind of insensitive. And
this fucking guy.
Miller's like, my dude, like, when you live where there is no water falling from the sky and there is no air just naturally living around you constantly, it never needs to be replenished. You don't have to worry about the vacuum of the, space destroying you. Like, you kind of forget about how we take this thing seriously. Like, some guy didn't change filters in a place once and we threw him out an airlock and then we stopped caring about it because the next guy did the job right. You don't fuck around with necessities. Screw anything else, but you don't screw that. And he's like, okay, fine. Gets back, and Cap's like, shit's hitting the fan. The headquarters has already sealed themselves off. You're going out in teams to do, like, riot control, basically. All the Earth ships have been, anyone who's not a Delta is basically getting kicked off, but obviously it's going to take a while for everyone to get off the station. So, got your work cut out for you. They're like, sweet, Havy, you're knocked out. You can't take this. You're an Earther. So, Miller's running with a team of 19 instead of 20. Go get your gear. Go control the riots. Go to the riot lockers. Empty. Not a thing. And the boss is like, empty. Yeah, boss is like, that's weird. Equip 2 snipers per team and go do the job anyway. And it's just like, well, that doesn't escalate the violence a little bit, but okay, we'll see what we can do.
Fine.
And they go out and we find a mob, and mob is killing a woman. Or shirtless guy. A shirtless guy is. Yeah. A shirtless man is stomping a woman to death, and the crowd is cheering, basically. And Miller does his best to reduce the situation by blowing out some kneecaps and things like that. And the crowd disperses, and shirtless guy gets arrested. And there's obviously some minutiae in there, which we'll go through. But I think that's about it. I didn't think I missed any of the big stuff, really.
Yeah.
Great. There's your recap.
That was really
how
good.
I read it in the last 2 days properly. Like my reading.
That's really good. I'm trying to read ahead farther so I can plan ahead. So I'm reading earlier in the week.
Oh, I see.
I'm trying to plan ahead.
Okay.
So holy shit. First thoughts.
There's a lot. Holy
Golden shit.
I was
ships.
on
ships.
Holy ships. No, dusty ships.
Yes.
I was at the tram. I was trying to be really good. All right. I'm on the tram on the way to work on Sunday. I'm reading that chapter, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, what? Flip back a page. Let me read that again. Fucking nuke. Is it a nuke?
Multiple nukes.
And I stopped reading because I was like, well, I need to put that down and process that they just used 8 nuclear warheads on the Kant. I'm like, that's a little extreme.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What? Yeah. So I had to put the book down for 2 days. I didn't pick it back up till Tuesday.
For 2 days. Oh man, I could not put it down. I was just like, what is happening? And what I was like, what? Okay, I wanted that ship to be like more, like to find out more about that ship that just randomly showed up and blew everybody up. Like, why is that there? And is Julie on that ship? Is that Julie ships? Because we know she's not on the like
Scopuli.
the scapulus. She's not on the scapulus. She's in
Scapper. Yeah.
She's not Scappy. She's on the
Scrappy?
other ship. Scrappy.
She's on the pirate ship.
She's on the Scooby ship, not the Scapper ship. Yeah.
She's on a clavicle. maybe. It's a different
Yeah.
body part named ship,
The,
potentially.
the
I don't know.
hyoid? Yeah, I don't know.
Makes sense. All of this is logical.
She's on the
Yeah.
hymen.
The hymen? Yes.
That's the name of the ship.
I mean, it's really close to the placenta bond. So.
Placenta
Wait, did you do
quick
the
one.
thing you were supposed to do the GIF with the sound in the video? Oh,
I didn't get to that. Oh, I clearly forgot about that. I'm so sorry.
We have
I-
many chapters to go.
I was gonna remind you, but I forgot. I'm sorry. Sorry, Heather. We were gonna pair them together. We will.
Anyway, so yeah.
Anyway. So they're like, how awful is that you, they set this up so well. They like set up how it was going to take so long to get them away from the ship to get to the Scapulus, and then they come back and they took forever to get there. They turn around and they're like trying to burn juice. They're trying to juice themselves.
Oh yeah,
juicing.
apparently juice up in this show.
They're
as well,
juicing to get back. I
a
mean,
lot
what
of
was
juice
it?
going on.
We discussed this last week, and so I kind of like that. We had almost an hour-long conversation about driving from the Cant to the Scapulae,
Yeah.
and now they're returning with all
Now
the
they're-
discussion that we had. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they're like, they just like, there's nothing they can do. At first, they're like trying to go and be like recovery crew or whatever to try and help once they get hit, and then they realize that there's nothing they're going to be able to do. So then they get ordered off, and they just have to like watch their whole family just get
Blow up.
vaporized into nothing bigger than a softball.
And not just watch, have to like listen for wait and listen for 8
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, I mean, yeah, they're listening to the comms. It's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah, with the countdown, it's rough.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I
Holden
mean,
did
the
like
feeling
creepy
that they're-
fetish distract the navigator to, who was trying to survive, and he's like, just stay on the comms with me, so I just stay on the comms. And she's just,
Yeah.
like, I'm trying to fucking survive, you ass. And then
Oh, it's like they can't get away.
They
Like
can't.
minded.
Terrible. Terrible.
And
I
I think it's Holden's fault that she couldn't, because Ada can do no wrong. So it's totally Holden's fault that she's all like emotionally distracted by an emotional overwrought Holden who's like preemptively deciding that she's going to die and is really sad about it when she needs to try and focus on saving her crew, but she can't because Holden's like, stay on the call with me, please. And then she like somehow blows their engine off. Strut.
They basically did a burn that so they went to a high G acceleration very quickly as opposed to building it up. So in the Navy we do something like that. It's called a crash forward, where you go from 0 all the way, but it's something that this old ship cannot do. Like it's
That's
not
100-year-old ship.
it's not
old.
and
Yeah.
plus you got all the ice in there. So remember in that first chapter we were talking
Yeah.
about like the acceleration and what the ice is going to do. So you start slamming the ship against a glacier, and it basically whatever mechanism, so the engine broke, and Ade's like I fucking told you it would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
fucking told us.
Just
So
as
anyway,
Did you notice
So
now that our thumbnail is Ade, so justice for Ade. If you didn't
Yeah.
know, that's her.
Yeah, that's why Ada is on our thumbnail this week, folks.
Oh,
I did not
yeah.
Google what she looked like in the show. Amis sent a picture to me. I did have to use a slightly different one, but I didn't read anything when I was just looking. I just did an image search and found one that gave it was.
So we should give her at least a show
Yeah.
with her picture on it for having to deal with Holden's bullshit
fucking
in
Holden.
the first few chapters.
Fucking Holden. And I'm now a little bit upset with myself for making her my first kill because she is also well, no, she's not my first kill.
Well, they all kind of died at the same time.
They all kind of died, yeah. So
Captain and-
Captain was on your list. Who else was on your list?
She has the Ade,
Havelock.
Captain, and Havelock. We didn't really have one, I think, from the prologue. I
Yeah, we
think
didn't have one.
Yeah. So yeah, you got the captain and Addie. So Havelock is
Man,
he's just waiting. Yeah,
I've done pretty well so far.
Yeah, considering that my prediction of getting back to Julie by chapters 4 or 5 has completely been scuppered.
We're
In fact,
blind.
I'm going to
We're
change
blind.
that prediction, obviously, and just assume we just don't see Julie for the rest of the book.
Done with Julie.
No Julie.
No Julie ever. Oh, but if we don't get Julie, that means no Placentamon. It's just like, and I've just been like, is this it?
Look,
Is this
you will
this
always
it?
get.
Somebody here that would be
You
happy.
always
if
get
it never happened
Placentamon,
again.
okay? Look, here's a bit more for you.
Here I come to have your day. Placentamon is on the way. Placentamon.
Turns out I can make videos really quick, people.
No. No.
Hey, at least Placentamon wasn't on the the tailbone or Scoppy ship.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
then we would even have more
on the busted phalange ship on the rock. Yeah.
yeah.
Is that what it called? What is it called, Leigh-A? Like,
the
are we getting it right?
the humorous ship.
Yeah. The coccyx, the flying coccyx. Is that what it's called?
I'm
Wait,
running out of
what are we
bones.
talking
Flying
about?
cock? What?
Which
What
ship
is
are we talking about? The Scopuli?
Yeah, the
This-
Scappy ship. Yeah,
Yeah, that one.
Right.
Scopuli.
Right.
Scopuli.
Wait,
It's
say it one
almost
more
like-
time.
Wait, yeah,
Say it one more
yeah.
time.
No.
I'm not gonna get it. Say it again.
Scopuli.
Scapulus.
Yeah, let me drop the spoiler, the banner a little bit for a second. Yeah.
Got charts, people. Charts. I'm gonna draw charts.
Oh my god, you guys just broke me.
Love it.
Yeah, thank you again, Spuds, for that wonderful piece of work. He's been working on that since, tinkering with that since last week. So that's why Mel and I have been misnaming that ship so much.
trying to get me to.
yeah.
Oh, so you've been deliberately antagonizing me.
I think that's a possibility.
Sorry, Winter's Lady. We had orders.
Yeah, we did have orders to, yeah.
Thank you, Spuds. That was amazing.
Yes. Much
Utterly
Jesus,
delightful to get your surprises every week.
It is.
Yeah.
Round of applause for Spuds, please, people. Ramen rattle and all those sorts of things. So,
Don't have a ramen.
yes.
I've got an angry cat. Angry cat.
Angry
All right.
cats.
So, did you think
Or
when
she
this
doesn't.
was all happening, did you both think that the cat was going to blow up? Like, did
No.
you think- like, what did you think was going to happen?
So, as I'm initially reading that, I was like, all right, so 8 missiles on a big ass ship hauling a giant ice cube. That's going to be, there's going to be a lot of damage, there's going to be a lot of death. I did hope, I was like, okay, this is where the captain dies, I feel, but I thought there would be some salvage, and I thought possibly a smidge of fighting as well. I was kind of like expecting maybe not necessarily a landing party, but maybe some interaction between the two parties and Holden's crew to
Let Amos kick some ass.
Yeah,
You know
let's
he's
yeah,
gunning
like
for it.
Amos with that gun, let
Yeah.
him do some shooting, So yeah,
He looks like he's
I
ready to
thought it would
throw
be
down.
like Raiders that got like a really cool ship. It's kind of the vibes I was expecting.
Right, like maybe it was Julie's ship, and maybe they were coming to get some more people because the Scapulus was too small, and they really wanted more than just the crew that they got. And maybe they thought the Cant was also in on whatever they were in on or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I thought the ship would be like disabled. Right. And then
Well, and that's what a lot of the conversation that between the Knight and the Cant had been is like, okay, so we're gonna burn towards you. Maybe we could rescue some people and
Yeah.
help with damage control. And then when the nukes went off, they were just like, what the fuck just happened?
I knew as soon as Holden was a jerk to Ade and made her distracted that she was toast. I knew she was toast. As soon as he did that bullshit, I was like, oh man, they're gonna kill her. They're gonna fridge Ade. She's my favorite. That's not cool.
Wait, weren't you fridging Ade?
I mean, yeah, but that's because I can. Let's be clear. I was not fridging Ade. I was expecting that she would die, but I didn't want her to die so soon before we really got to know her, you know? That she was just an object for Holden's rage and not a character that got independently developed on her own merits, because she was... Maybe that was the problem, is she was too cool.
She was too
cool.
How
many flaws.
Yeah.
She was too Aiel. And we just can't have that much Aiel in this messed up future world. Because if we let Aiel hang out in messed up future world, we wouldn't even have a story, because everything would be perfect.
There's too much water on the ship. I think
there's a lot of water on the campus. It's true.
There's a lot of water. Maybe that was their problem.
And apparently they turn it into juice as well. So that just sounds really bizarre. So yeah.
On couches.
Yeah, on couches. Yeah. I have a conspiracy theory.
Oh, okay.
So, Mel. I feel like I do need you to answer this first, even though you have television knowledge.
Okay.
Who do you think is to blame for said secret ship blowing up the camp? Because obviously the book kind of implies it's the Martian military. That seems, that's kind of what the setup is because of the battery cover. When you read this, what do you think?
So I don't think it's that, because it's too obvious, and so far this book has not been too obvious. Like I don't think it's the Martians. Like I think it's connected. I think there's some connection to the OPA somehow. Like I think maybe the OPA is trying to start something.
It's exactly what I thought it was, honestly. I made like bullet points of like, because at the end of my comment section here, I put thinking about the chapters when I realized it was probably an inside job of the OPA. I was on the tram and mulling over the various ways that Belters and Nerfers did or expected to behave upon hearing this news, and I was reminded of the extensive spacism that we've been reading about, and the idea of the OPA being behind it all popped into my head. I think if I had not taken the time to reread this and mull it over for the notes, then I probably wouldn't have. I probably would have been like the people like Miller experiences. But yeah, I was like, honestly, I think it's like the double bluff or whatever, like the betrayal from the OPA, because like you say, the battery pack sign is ridiculously obvious.
Right.
Okay. There's no point in decimating a hauler as, scavengers, pirates, thieves, whatever.
Right.
Like,
I mean, Holden said it. Yeah.
What have you gotten? Nothing. You've wasted 6 nuclear missiles, and you've gained nothing. You've left witnesses, which I would have thought viable if Holden had actually managed to hide behind the asteroid. But he didn't, and not only did he not hide, he blatantly, announced his presence by doxing the crew.
And they saw him, and they could have lasered him into nothingness, and then they left him.
Exactly. So they wanted witnesses.
At least in this chapter, right?
Yeah. At least in this chapter. And then there's the unreliable narrator bit. So like you say, Alex does go like, pretty tough to get nuclear torpedoes outside of the military. But even without the unreliable narrator part, he does say pretty tough, not impossible.
Yeah.
So even if he's a reliable narrator, he still hasn't said it's impossible. So,
okay, so I have a follow-up question then.
Okay.
So in our discussions of past chapters, we discussed that in the prologue, that the Scopuli team gets rid of all their documents, including OPA documents. And then last time we talked about, I can't remember what now, but so are you saying that the OPA, is this the same ship that blew up the Scopuli? Because if this is an OPA ship, why do you think they would take Julie and crew off the Scopuli? And what seems to have made Placentamon with all the crew on there, except maybe Julie, we don't know, and what's his name that got in the airlock. So are you saying that the OPA is killing their own people?
Remember Dave's name?
Dave.
Justice for Dave.
Dave.
I think I'm not sure who attacked Julie and the crew. I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
But the ship on the asteroid, Scappy, this is a trap set by that ship that blew up the cats.
Got it. Okay. So 2 different ships, possibly.
I think possibly 2 different ships. Maybe the Julie's crew were double crossing or found out about this attempt, this plan from the OPA to blow up their own, to cause a civil war. Because I think what they're going for is the Martians are going to be like, well, that's not us. We didn't do that. That's a setup. Okay. And because they hate Earth, but far more than they hate the Belters, as I said the other week, where I'm just like, the further out you get, the more you just hate the people inside rather than people further out than you. It was Derek or Darren, wasn't it? Anyways, Heather's just said about justice. Anyway, I can see the Martians being like, we're being set up by the Earthers, type thing. All right, the Earthers going to be like, fuck you, why would we know? And then there's going to be like a war between them as well as with the Belters, because the OPA clearly can't take on the Martians and the Earthers all together. Okay, so if you want to start a war so that you have the excuse and the moral grounds to, retaliate, attack, all those sorts of things, what better way than to A, blame it on someone else, and B, do it in such a way, well, they'll probably fight each other as well, because you've got no chance against Mars and Earth together. But if Mars and Earth are fighting each other and trying to fight the OPA, you've got more of a chance. So I
would like to add to the double crossy thing that my theory is that Julie and crew were bait. Like they didn't know that they were bait. Like they were sent out there by the OPA to basically kickstart this whole thing, thinking they were doing something else.
Yeah.
But they were like sent out as like sacrificial lambs.
Yeah, if you're going to nuke an ice hauler, what do you care about a tiny ship with a tiny crew?
Yeah, but they were bait. They were sent out.
Just brutal, right? Because that ice is going to be water for a series for a long time. So what kind of organization is the OPA if they're willing to sacrifice the health of however many million people are on Ceres by taking away the water? Who does that?
Well, it's that. Yes, that's the point. As we've seen, and we're going to skip ahead to the slightly bit in the next chapter where Miller and Havey have the discussion. The guy who fucked with the air filters, the absolute essentials for keeping you alive in space, got spaced. You fuck with anything you want except the essentials, the vitals. So why are people there on the series? Why are people in the OPA going to think, hey, this is probably an inside job? Because if you're a Belter, you don't fuck with those essentials. That's written into their DNA, and they're just you don't do that. So the folks at the top of the OPA, the scumbags in charge, are just being like, well, if we do this, no Belter's going to believe it was us, because Belters don't do this. It's in our DNA that we don't do that. That's a line you don't cross as a Belter. So we'll never be suspected.
It's a good theory.
They're proud about it,
Yeah. That would make me very, very mad at the OPA for doing that. If I was like when they find out that they killed their own people and all of their water, they're gonna, what do you think the Belters are gonna do? Do you think they're gonna be happy about that? Do you think they're gonna find out?
A lot of people are getting spaced, more than the 50 people in the camp. That's for sure.
I don't think they'll find out. I think this is going to be a long con. I think they will find out eventually. It will come out eventually, but I think it's a long con.
How long? How long do you think it'll take? Like, I don't know. How many books are in this series? Are we talking Wheel of Time?
They're
like 9.
They're 9 in the series. I don't think this plan of the OPA to start the war will come out to general OPA populace until at least book 3.
General OPA populace or general Belter populace?
Maybe general Belter populace then. Yeah.
Book
so
3. So
I'd say-
Belters won't know until book 3 that OPA betrayed them.
Yeah, at least.
Okay.
And by that stage, they'll be so entrenched.
There'll be
that you
full on war happening
You just have
regardless.
to. Yeah. So.
I love it.
Leia's nodding knowingly.
So
I've got no comments.
So we get Earth and Mars farting. We get Earthers fighting Martians because
Martians will blame Earthers, I think.
Earthers are no, because Earthers are the Cant is an Earth ship, right? So
the Cant is a Belter ship.
The Cant is a Belter ship?
Yeah.
I thought the Cant was an Earth
This
ship.
is why the OP is a bitch for killing their water.
So the Cant was initially a ship that brought, so over 100 years ago when it was initially created, it brought people out to the belt. But then once people were in the belt and settled, it got bought by the water company.
Pure and clean. Is that
So
what it is?
why are there so many Earthers on the Cant then?
Because they came out to, build like series and, all the different.
I guess the book thus far has given me the sense that Earthers are. They
also why
their
is
own
Havelock?
ships or whatever because of the divisions of society and that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so
we really haven't had any focus on what's actually happening in Earth yet, so we don't know.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna say this is a Rappo. So
Okay.
I'm not even gonna attempt to answer it.
The number of Earthers on the Cant didn't make me think it was an Earth ship doing an Earth job. It kind of just gave me the vibe of people just I want the adventure of living in space, or maybe ice walling pays good money, or things like that, and we're just I'm gonna go do this job, or I'm a pilot and this was the only job I could get, so I'm a mechanic and this was I'm not good enough for the military, or I'm old, I've aged out of the military and retired, so now I'm like Alex, for example.
I guess just the ratio of one Earther being the only Earther in the the series police made me think that Earthers having jobs in Belter land that were not just being on a ship unrelated to Belters and using that as a pass through. You know what I mean? Gave me the sense that but whatever. Anyway, it's a minor point that I'm fixating on. So
no, it's a good point because it talks that's one of the reasons we're asking some of the questions we did last week. What do you think the political cultural setup of the solar system is, and why does it matter? And and so it's going to come out. A reason we asked that last week was because you're starting to get more and more information. So
yeah.
And so why are Earthers and Martians are on Belter ships, and are Belters possibly on Earth and Martian ships?
I don't think you'll get Belters on Earth and Martian ships.
Even the commercial ones?
Very far and few and far between.
Okay.
Whatever. I'm very confused about whose ship is what ship. Anyway, there's too many ships, and we're shipping molded
charts, diagrams, graphs.
Okay.
Leigh, do you want to talk about what you put in the prompts?
Yeah. Last week we talked extensively about both Cant and the Night via Naomi. Not seeing anything on LiDAR, radar, or any other onboard equipment that those two ships had. What are your impressions about the follow-on information that we got in this week's chapter?
That Naomi continues to be a fucking baller.
Yeah.
And she honed in on what was going on with that ship so fast, even though she didn't have any familiarity with it, right? Because even if Alex is an unreliable narrator, we got the sense that whatever was going on with that ship was super rare and not something that people normally see. But she called it instantly, and but so did what's her name? The one who spotted it to begin with.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, who's on the cant.
On the cant, yeah.
One on the cant. The lady on the cant who spotted it.
No,
To me,
Ade.
it kind of felt like Naomi took like her mechanic knowledge, which is obviously, seems pretty extensive.
Engineer. She's an engineer.
Engineering knowledge. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
It's because I wrote it down as chief mechanic. And
So Amos is a mechanic and she's an engineer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of felt like she had her knowledge and just was like, what is the most logical thing that makes sense to hide a ship? To hide a ship in space, you need to not have energy out. You need to do this and hide that, and not have this absorbs this and blah blah. And so she just kind of like put those pieces together and it fit the situation. And then, like you say, the others verified that in essence. So
her brain is pretty amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So we learned that is possible in the world of this world, that if you somehow can hide your heat energy, that you can hide from sensors, except not completely, which is really interesting. And we know that stealth ships are a thing of the Klingons. So
Thank you for the track reference.
True.
So, and then we must, therefore, the only logical assumption is that Khan is coming, and he actually has developed placentamon to go in ears and take over hosts.
Oh, so this is like that bug one from Next Generation, then, isn't it? So, where,
So do you think that the placentamon to when Derek or Daryl or whatever his name
like the placentamon
placentamon
tadpoles have to go into the ears, and then they absorb the whole body.
Yeah, Placentamon's like the queen, and then the hive mind.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
No, that's not why I asked this question.
And
This
like
is
she
not why I asked this
makes
question.
tadpoles by like budding off the off the body like that, like a kind of like a suction cup, and then the tadpoles like wiggle into the ears.
Yeah.
And then
Naomi
Khan collects them.
Naomi's going to counter this technology by inventing a device that can scan for tachyons, which is how we all know is how you find a cloak ship in Star Trek. So she's going to invent a tachyon scanner.
Clearly,
the ship won't be able to hide anymore.
Yep.
It's the truth. So we're gonna have a Star Trek crossover with the Expanse. Is what
I'm not against it at all. So, but yeah. Any other questions about this chapter?
Yes, we have lots of questions.
Lots of questions
about this chapter.
So Heather has a great ask of you, since we're talking about Naomi. She says, predict how many chapters until someone else hits on Naomi. Take a guess.
The next chapter? The next time she meets someone other than the crew currently on that tiny team.
So the crew won't hit on her? You don't think?
No, I don't think the crew are going to hit on her.
Okay, so the next chapter she meets someone new.
Yes.
Do you want me to make a prediction?
Yes.
Holden is still an asshole, and he, in his grief, will seek out Naomi for the comfort of connection that he didn't get from his girl Ade, because he made her blow up their engine.
I'm glad Holden's getting blamed for the
I mean, I can absolutely see that happening, yes. So
that fucking guy.
That guy. So let's talk about that guy really quick before we go to the next chapter. Two things. One, he doxes the attacking ship in a fucking junker that has no weapons, no nothing. And two, as we know from the Miller chapters, he sends this like solar system wide like communication out to everyone and
how does he do that? Is that just a thing the knight somehow has the ability to do?
So like
that's powerful broadcasting.
Like how does the little like shuttlecraft from the 100-year-old ship have the ability
to get there? But like it'll get there.
But it took over all the airwaves. How does that even work?
It's a general
Is it-
unencrypted broadcast. So what they would have done is just broadcast on multiple frequencies, and depending on the frequency, some of them would possibly go further. And remember, there's no friction and there's minimal,
'cause it's
negligible friction in space. So hypothetically, those waves will continue to go. There's just a time dilation. So
But it's like
reply all.
it's very can't stop the signal, right? It's very like, but like,
whatever
but
the
like when
Voyager
it,
ship is.
at least in Firefly, when they couldn't stop the signal, they had to like go to the special signal broadcast ship that the nerd ran that like had control of all of that took over all of the devices, and he did it from his shuttlecraft. Like I just
that's called jamming, which means you basically do an opposite waveform that then cancels out the waveform. But unless that stealth ship puts up a jamming package that would stop the night from transmitting openly on multiple broad range frequencies, which it appears that they did not do. So
because they would think nobody would do something so fucking stupid.
This is true, yeah.
But
And
the question is, do you agree with either or both or neither of those communications he sends? Like, there's two different ones, right?
Do I
One is that
agree with-
immediate.
I don't agree with. I mean, I fully do not agree with like let's dox the crew. This ship just launched 6 nuclear missiles. Like,
yeah.
You have no weapons.
And you have no idea. You have no idea what the intentions of stealth ships are.
Period.
Like, what if they go and like kill all of the family of all the people on the camp? Like, we don't have any understanding of what that was, and Holden's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Honestly, like it's
that fucking
ridiculously
guy.
stupid. He is the Exo.
So stupid.
All right, you're meant to have some form of ability and command.
In crisis, you're
long
supposed
before you get to Exo. Long before you get to Exo.
It does say in this chapter that he was in the Navy also, so Holden does have some sort of military experience.
Exactly. So fucking.
He's obviously no longer in the military. Could this be why?
He's a shitty Exo. Is
Not
what he
control
is.
his emotions.
No, exactly. Yeah.
What do you think about
Naomi did such an amazing job of like based off of like what when she asked Holden, so what's next, and he just was like, we're gonna chase after them and make sure we get all the information and da da da. And she was like, okay, Amos, go take care of everybody. And she's like, you need to chill the fuck out because that is a terrible idea.
She should be in charge of the shuttlecraft, all right? She's a fucking badass engineer. She's a badass Exo. She should be captain, all right? Holden needs to be, fucking drugged and put in his space blankie and put to sleep for the rest of the trip, so.
Oh, he needs a little space blankie.
He needs a space blankie, yeah.
He's got main character energy when he should not.
He's very needy.
He should not.
Yeah. That was the first one that was obviously like super emotional driven. But the second one is like it's not totally different, but a somewhat different message.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
Naomi told him to chill the fuck out and save the crew, and then he still decided that what he was going to do is he was going to make it worse, put their lives in even more danger.
Why would you do that? You think
he has circumstantial evidence? He has circumstantial evidence, and he has broadcast that solar system wide.
And why do you think he did that?
Because he's an idiot.
Okay. All right.
I think he's an idiot.
Okay.
Because
Mel, why are they asking us this question so much?
I was just curious, is he just an idiot? Or is it a repercussion from his last broadcast that he realizes maybe he was dumb? So now he's trying to
here's the reason I'm going with Holden's an idiot.
He's an idiot.
He was emotionally invested in the people on the camp, clearly. He was not in his right state of mind. He was so far gone that even Naomi talking him down didn't take him that far. And if he had spent like even 15 seconds being like, what should I do with this potentially world-crushing information that I have in my hand? My suspicion that this vessel was just blown up by Martian technology and potentially Martian people.
But acknowledging that Earthers might also have the technology if the Martians were working on it.
They do mention that in the chat.
Alex does say that, yeah. Alex is like,
Yeah,
if we
I
had
know
it,
Alex. I know Alex says that, but if he had taken 15 seconds to think about it, he would have taken 15 seconds to talk to fucking Naomi and ask her thoughts on what he should do with that information. Because I know that she told him to save the crew. That's priority number 1. But priority number 2 is you have some pretty big ass information, and maybe you should talk to some person, not the entire fucking world, about this big issue that you have uncovered.
He's not a good, like, in the moment making the right decisions, right? Like, at least that's how he's being presented. Like,
he's not making,
he probably should not go up to Captain, maybe. Like, the Cant, he was, like, right below the XO, right? Yeah. So it was like the Captain, the XO, and then him. So
he was XO on the show. He's not.
Maybe he was on the Cant because of his playing hero. Right. Maybe it wasn't that he played hero while on the Cant. Maybe he was assigned to the Cant because he played hero in a stupid way, and they said, you know what we should do is we should put you on this old decrepit shit where you can't possibly do any harm. Go here. Instead of just firing the mediocre white guy, you should just fire them instead of put them other places where they make more messes. Just fire the mediocre white guys, please. I'm begging.
All right. Well, I don't have much more for this chapter. Oldies, do you have any other questions?
There's just a lot of discussion going on.
Look, he didn't go out and be like, Martian Navy just blew up my ship. Okay? But he cannot be like, I don't see how he's gotten to XO and has a previous military career and not have some idea of how the solar system is going to react to this news. Like, to broadcast it out like that is just like, he's still being emotional.
He's lashing out in pain, and he wants everybody else to be in pain with him.
Yeah,
he's lashed out with the act, because I've just reread the bit there. Okay, and he doesn't say Martian Navy just blew up my ship. What he actually says,
all
right? He says,
something like potential Martian technology.
Right.
He says, "My name is James Holden
in the world, right?
And my ship was just destroyed by a warship with stealth technology, and what appeared to be parts stamped with Martian Navy serial numbers. Data stream to follow." So he doesn't specifically say the Martian Navy blew up my ship, but with the way everyone behaves with each other, the Belters and the Earthers and the Martians and that, there's no way he has to be living under like the universe's biggest lump of ice, all right, to not realize people are going to take that in the general populace.
I think he must be feeling pretty desperate.
Yeah.
At this point to make such a, and also like if he was XO or whatever, his natural response is, oh shit, I have to lead and I have to say something, instead of realizing like the world is completely upside down now, right? Like, let's maybe just talk to the other 5 people that are in the night and figure out what the hell we're gonna do. He just immediately reacts.
Yeah.
Well, but how much confidence do you think he has in anyone besides Naomi? Because Amos was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go kill him. So Amos is probably going to want to murder
the entire ship.
Exactly. Amos is like, shoot
good boss, I can do it.
Yeah.
Let's go, boss.
Shed is puking because like sobbing. So
yeah.
I don't know that Shed's necessarily going to be useful. Alex is kind of.
Has Shed been useful this whole time? Why is Shed there? Is he an ensign expendable? He's giving me ensign expendable vibes.
He's giving me as useful as that abandoned shed in the back of your garden vibes. So,
well, I mean, we have many more chapters to read.
Yeah.
He is a medic, and we haven't quite yet got to the point where... So, like, that's another reason maybe that Holden really wanted to get to the Cant was because they had the only medic on board the night.
Yeah. Wait, there's one medic on that ship? That seems a bit.
There's only 50 people, so I guess
Yeah.
that's not too crazy that they only have one medic.
No, I would have
They
thought
don't have good enough insurance to pay for more medics. Let's be
Can't even get an arm.
No.
Aw, poor
I
Cameron.
don't know. I would be shocked if your entire medical team was one person. What is this? You know, they're not lost in the Delta Quadrant, for Christ's sake.
Well, I'm sure.
You know?
I'm sure.
And
Much
even
like
they
in
got
the
a nurse.
military, there are people with life-saving training. There's the EMT types
Right.
that have adjacent EMT like training, but he was like their medical guy. He was their doctor guy.
For the ships that I was on with a crew complement of over 250 people, we had 2 to 3 medics. So
okay,
pretty comfortable.
And none of them, and no doctors. So they were like basically like the highest ranking person would basically be like a nurse practitioner level. Could prescribe medication, couldn't do surgery. So if you needed some like really life-saving shit, you're kind of fucked. But had a lot of battlefield. Yeah, so
that surprises me, because it's like on a ship where you have the potential to be like, okay, we need to investigate something. I'm going to send my medic. You know, it feels silly that you would have one.
That's a
But
good
they
point.
thought there might be survivors, right? They didn't know.
Yeah, but
They didn't know there was a stealth ship coming.
no, but if you are required to, stop and help in need, and that means you're probably going to send your medic, I don't know. I just feel like you would have, unless you're a crew of 10 people. I think you would.
Yeah.
On a big. Yeah, I don't know. I feel
Budgets are a bitch.
they are a bitch. It's a dangerous job. One medic.
And
Yeah, I don't
people
know.
cost a lot of money. So
Space is
especially
dangerous.
doctors.
Yeah,
Space
space is dangerous.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, should we go on to the Miller chapter?
Yes, let's go on to the Miller chapter. So for me, these chapters were two extremes. Not two extremes, but like this felt very much like broad situation here. Holden's a crybaby, all that sort of stuff, and then we got very nitty gritty in like the minutia of the outcome of this situation. Like this was all very like one-to-one type person type thing.
No.
Not exactly, but in comparison.
But they
There's-
were
there's-
good mirror chapters for each other, right?
That's, yeah,
Because
like
you have Holden's crew in crisis, and then you have Miller's crew in crisis, and you see how the thus far main characters that we've seen respond in intense crises. You learn a lot about how they respond in these kinds of situations. And we have Holden being an idiot, and we have Miller doing his best to save as many lives as he can.
Miller is I really like Miller.
Do you still ship them together now?
They're really good graphics of them.
Look,
Really.
speaking from someone with a huge amount of experience in this category, all right?
Which
Great-
categories?
Great
Different
people,
categories?
great people have romantic situations with not so great people far more
Oh,
often
that
than they would
category.
like.
So
All
you
right?
think this is like an Avienda Rand where they kind of like one of them doesn't like the other to start off with, but then starts falling in love.
I feel like this starts off with Miller. Yeah, I don't think Miller and Holden are going to get along.
The very
So,
first few
yeah.
pages.
Is
were
Miller
like,
walking in on Holden changing, or is Holden walking in on Miller changing?
I think Holden walks in on Miller, and that adds to Miller not liking
he
Holden.
does have an apartment. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
True. Okay.
So
well,
yeah,
then-
Holden
yeah, the whole.
hooks up with
and
Miller.
then
Yeah.
and then Miller tries to run off to the ice, and then realizes that he can't because the can't ice anymore.
Yes. Yeah. And so he ends up at the bar, and Holden and Miller's just like, why the fuck do I have to keep coming to the bar and saving these dickheads? You know?
Yeah.
Do you
then-
think Miller will kind of be like Havelock and just like be a total dick in the Belcher bars? Do you think he's like him if he's ever, and because he's going back and forth from Jupiter, right, or Saturn to Ceres with ice? Do you think he comes?
sorry, you're asking about Holden. Do you think
Holden, yeah,
Holden's
sorry.
going to be a
Yeah,
dick
do you
in the
think
Belcher
he's like
bars?
an asshole like Havelock is in the bars? What do you
Holden
think?
only goes to the Earther bars.
Yeah.
You think? Okay.
Holden's one of those.
He's like he's not a spacist, but he only goes
Not a
to the-
spacious. He just doesn't
Yeah.
realize that there are Belter bars. 'cause
Exactly.
he's an idiot.
He's an idiot. We've definitely
He asks someone, he's like, where are you? Where's your bars? Like, where can I get a, where can I get a good
and then
drink?
people size him up, and they're like,
you should go to
we
the
can
other bar.
only send him to that.
Do you think
bar.
while
And
he
that was it. That was where his knowledge stopped. This series has one bar,
And
so.
and exactly. But the person who's directed them there read him like a book and said, "Oh, the best bar in all of series is this one, and it's really hard to get into. So if you can get into that bar, you are set for life." And then he rolls up there, and then he talks to the bouncer like he's some kind of important person, and he gets inside, and then Holden is convinced for his whole ass life that the shitty watered down tequila that they serve at that bar is the best freaking drink that exists in series, and he savors it, and he talks about it. He brags about it to Naomi when they're fixing shit, and he's supervising her doing her goddamn job, and he's just talking all the time, and then he tells everyone, and everyone knows that Holden is going to the shittiest fucking Earther bar on all of series, and no one is telling him. And they're just all in cahoots because none of them want to go to a bar with Holden.
Do you think him and Havelock become like besties?
Oh my God. They're like going to be two peas in a pod.
Yes. And then this is where it comes in. So then Miller has to go and fucking save Havy from setting up another fight because now he's got backup. So he has to take both of them out of this shitty bar. And they end up going to like a Belter bar instead. All right. And that's where he's just like, wait, you have nowhere to fucking crash because you can't sleep on the night, and you you misplaced your big ship. I suppose you can bunk with me then, and then that's this is the lead in. They both had a couple of drinks, especially on Havelock's side.
Okay.
On Holden's side, sorry.
I'm feeling you. Yeah.
And this is the lead up. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Cool.
I like it.
All right. Anyway, back to this chapter.
Anyway, I think Miller really has his shit together in this chapter.
Why don't they have any riot gear?
Yes, that's my question. Where's the riot gear?
I think this is a coordinated stunt, and the OPA stole it.
You think the
OPA it's all part of the same game?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
I think the OPA stole it.
I feel like what's her face? Captain Shadid, right? Shadid.
Yeah.
Captain Shadid's reaction was kind of muted for all their stuff being gone, right? She kind of just rubbed her temples or whatever.
She was like, oh, just go
I feel like this is just another day of us getting fucked in the belt.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of like, well, this is kind of expected. Of course they screwed us kind of reaction, which seemed out of place for the situation they were in. They were clearly all well aware that things were about to explode.
Yeah.
And yet they find out they don't have any riot gear, and they're just like, well.
Oh well.
Bring out the sniper.
I guess we'll
Which
just
is very opposite of Holden's reaction in the previous chapter. So where she's just like, well, shit's about to happen. We have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Go get the sniper gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So go get the swan gear.
I don't trust the captain.
Do you think Captain was maybe making money on the side, selling off the riot gear?
I think
to the OPA,
as it says in the chapter. All right. The riot gear is meant to intimidate and all that sort of stuff, but the sniper gear is far more deadlier, and the purpose of the sniper gear is you're going to go out and kill people.
That's going to escalate.
It escalates the shit. So if you think about it, their job right now in their little teams of 20 or 19 is in Miller's case, is to go out and to keep things calm, like alleviate the violence, stop the riots if they happen, all those sorts of things. Right? Go out and riot gear, that's non-lethal stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Instead, now they're forced to go out with only 10% of the team armed in any way, really. Mm-hmm. Okay, and they're only armed with deadly force.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what happens then when you need to try and subdue a crowd? Well, your option is deadly force. You know, and I don't see every person in charge being as skilled as Miller is when it comes to de-escalating this crowd, right? And I just see him. I just see someone has set them up so that it escalates in violence, right? So they can go and kill Earthers and Martians and things like that.
Seems like it's all been set up.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff has been set up. Holden's been set up. Miller's been set up.
So you think these two events, the loss of gear is directly related to, or the missing gear, I guess not loss. The missing gear is directly related to the camp being nuked and the message being sent from Holden?
Yeah. I literally put, what's up with all the missing weapons? This feels time to me. Like, someone checks that riot gear locker. You know, it wasn't just riot gear in the locker. There were other things that they said in that locker, you know, like uniforms were missing and stuff like that. So, you know, like, these are not like, you know, dust off the lockers that we never open because we never need them and get out the riot equipment. You know, this is not, you know, Hot Fuzz where it's like, open the riot locker, what's in there? And you've got like a dusty plastic shield and, you know, an old rotten cucumber or something stupid like that. You know, like, it is, you know, this is gear that they probably at least check on often enough to make sure it's there and is in good condition and, you know, properly stocked. But it's gone missing randomly at just the right time when you need to put down riots or potentially put down riots.
Yeah. It's too convenient.
Very convenient, yeah. So, but also when I was full conspiracy mode about blowing the OPA blowing up an ice hauler, I was just like, well, the OPA stole this as well. You know, I was just full on committed to the conspiracy and everything.
Yeah.
So I could be wrong with the OPA part of it. It could have been like the captain just sold it off and it's just really someone got it from her for really convenient timing or something like that. But, you know, which would still be part of the OPA plot now. I've said that anyway, so...
So we don't know enough. What's interesting about this is all of this has exploded and we know someone's behind it, but we don't yet know enough about the politics of the world that we're in to understand really who it could be. Like, we've gotten unreliable narrator, spacist perspectives about different things, but we don't know. And we have to sit in the discomfort of not knowing who's behind it, but knowing someone's behind it. And I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all.
Well, it's going to be some mystical figure at the very, very top pulling all the strings, you know, and it's going to be something stupid like the OPA and all the horrible forces that will be in the Earth navies or whatever, and the Martian ones, and your private contractors and stuff like that. They're all going to be on, quote, different sides, but it's going to be some master manipulator at the top that actually controls them all, I think. Much like you have your corporations these days, where it's just like you've got competing beverage companies that are actually owned by the same person anyway.
So you think it's like one guy's pulling the strings? Or
I think there's some evil group at the top pulling the strings secretly, and these groups think they're fighting each other, and they're not actually fighting each other. It's just Placentamon is the true puppet master. Yes. Skeeter. That is the image for next week from Spuds, if he feels so inclined to give us is Placentamon just draping out a limb. I say limb loosely there, and strands just coming down that then form that little like wooden cross swing that controls a puppet.
Oh, and like have all the planets and some asteroids.
All the planets are puppets.
Yeah.
The planets are puppets.
Placentamon is saying is the corporate
Placenta master.
Placentamon is just a puppet master.
Placentamon is the corporate puppet
everybody
master.
into their ears.
There's like an empty cross rail over just like a blob of diffused space, tiny particles where the can't used to be.
Yeah, do you think like
real morbid
Placentamon on whatever the name of that pirate ship is, because we don't know, is going to just expand and then just start eating other things like asteroids and
I just think like Placentamon is a long-lived organism but doesn't live forever, and we just so happen to have caught a point in space and time where Placentamon's like, okay, I need to replicate myself now in order for my dynasty to continue. And we got disturbed by a big ice hauler. So we kind of had to, I had to get my,
a 100-year-old ice hauler.
had to get my guys to blow that up because they know about me now. And like, do you know what? Actually, maybe we leave some witnesses. 'Cause then it really
was just hungry, man, and they just got in the way, and everything messed up.
Hey, look, baby Placentamons get hungry, okay? Yeah, it needs nutrients.
He can't help himself.
Yeah, I mean, still want justice for Derek, but Derek fed a hungry Placentamon so that the overlords of
Still
the universe
alive
can
in there. He
continue.
was like, "Help me!" Maybe he just becomes like, part of it. He's
got to feed all his ear tadpole babies.
That's right.
This is how Placentamon gets knowledge about what's happening in the universe through absorption.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have many questions about Miller.
So do
and
I.
Rob. Rob, you had mentioned. I'm trying to gear it away from the Wetmon, so Leigh-A doesn't have to listen to that anymore.
Unimon, we've already established just now. There's two of them. He's not a Unimon anymore. So
there's two of them. Did we establish that?
Yeah,
I have no idea what's happening.
The Placentamon on Scappy is like the baby.
It's not on Scappy. It's on the pirate ship.
On the pirate ship. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Sorry. My apologies.
Okay, where's the other one then?
It doesn't matter. I'm just carry on with your questions. Sorry.
Okay, so Rob, you made a comment earlier about Miller kind of being a boss this chapter. Now, do you and Mel what are your thoughts on how he sort of stops the riot from happening, and do you feel any different about his character now than you did before, or the same, or do you feel he handled that well?
Sorry, Mel, do you want to go first or?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I've been in many situations running bars and pubs and things where you have to try and de-escalate situations. I am supremely impressed with Miller's de-escalation in this situation. He's turned up to some shirtless guy stomping a woman to death, literally breaking her neck with his foot. He absolutely could have turned up and gone, right, kill him, kill it. Like one of the other guys was like, shall I kill a couple people just to tell them, make them understand who's in charge? And he's like, nope, wait for it, And the bit that really gets me, all right, is someone threw something at him that he saw coming and could clearly have avoided and chose not to avoid. He chose to get hit in the head. Where we go? Yeah. So Gelfish pull a couple down. Yeah.
I thought he tried to move, but he didn't move enough.
No. It said he could have moved, but then he got hit in the head. Where is
I misread that. I thought he tried to avoid it, but it nicked his ear.
Yeah, I felt like it was a reaction thing. But I mean, I also feel like it would be a Miller thing to be like, nope, I'm just gonna take one for the team.
Take the hit to become a sympathetic figure, maybe to make him more sympathetic to the crowd. I assume that's where you were going with that, Rob.
Yeah, no. So someone in the crowd threw a wrench. The silver metal arcing low through the air towards Miller's
which also
head.
They threw a fucking wrench.
Yeah, but here's the bit where I'm like, he almost stepped out the way. It didn't say he tried. It said he almost. Okay. If you almost do something, that means you stop yourself from doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. And my logic for this is, all right, he gets smacked in the head with a wrench, doesn't react violently, doesn't get his guards to open fire or anything like that. Okay. What does he do instead? He talks to them. All right. And shirtless guy comes to the front. All right. Let me get my notes right here. So
here's what it says.
Right.
Really
he's taken the higher ground morally. Yes. All right. And, with his guys, reinforcing the station grant authority he has over the crowd, they're going to listen to him more because they're like, well, we just threw a wrench in his head and he chose not to decimate the crowd with bullets. So this guy is controlled. He's measured. He's not a mindless, violent person type thing. All right, and then on top of that,
transmit data to the entire universe.
Right, he would never have sent that message. Never.
He would never have doxed his whole crew.
Exactly, and then this guy comes forward. All right, clearly says I'm never going to back down. Fucking bring it on. This, that, and the other. He takes him out with non-lethal force. Admittedly, the guy probably can never walk again, but unless they regrow his legs. But he hasn't killed the guy. He's just take him out, take his kneecaps out.
I would call it less than lethal, not non-lethal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Less than lethal.
Less than lethal force. All right. And then on top of that, so he's shown restraint. in various different ways. And then on top of that, he reminds the other people there that he's a Belter too by using Belter slang to talk to them. All right, which is something that the shirtless guy was just like, you're just some, fucking Earther dog type thing eating their kibble and shit.
I love that they go from like German to just here too.
Wait, I have to obligatory read the German.
Do it.
Because he got called a bitch.
Yes.
He did. Like the second from the last.
Second time today.
So ridiculous.
Really quick.
Here it is.
You found it? Okay.
Okay. This is for Goat Brother and all the Germans out there. Try
Germans.
to speak German. Schrauben Sie Weibenchen. Weibchen. It's my attempt. I just said bitch in German. And then you're taking orders from this pendejo. I just enjoy Belter language so much. It's so good.
It's very entertaining. Yes.
It's so entertaining. Yeah. I like Miller just keeps rising in my esteem, I think. Because he the chameleon aspect of it is not something he uses necessarily only for his own benefit. He also uses it for the benefit of his entire station. He clearly cares about the place that he lives, even though it's a hot mess, and he wants it to not. He doesn't want it to end up. He doesn't want people to take the bait, right? He doesn't want people to take the bait. And he reads the situation really fast, really clearly, and he convinces everybody to stand down.
Yeah,
he's so good. That was so good.
He's good at it. Okay, I'm just going to read this paragraph because there's some chatter in the chat too about the wrench. So someone in the crowd threw a wrench, the silver metal arcing low through the air towards Miller's head. He almost stepped out of the way, but the handle caught him across the ear. His head filled with the deep sound of bells, and the wet of blood tracked down his neck. So he just didn't quite move fast enough. I think, in my opinion, probably because he didn't want to make a sudden move because of the situation. Like, he probably could have got out of the way.
I also like this being what Rapunzel says. Varying levels of gravity may have caused him to miscalculate the speed at which the wrench would arrive, because we do see that like the spin level is different depending on where you are in accordance with the center of gravity. So
sorry,
they do practice getting a wrench.
They do reference that they're
0.3 Gs.
They're upper and in the upper areas because he references using the lower language.
Yeah. I remember it being 0.3 Gs, and the lower the gravity, like actually the slower things move. Like they don't, lower gravity doesn't mean like you throw something and it picks up speed as it moves. It actually slows down more.
Yeah.
So
again, easier.
A lot of physics there.
So yeah, it's like obviously we're talking like you can't actually. It's just the maths behind that, but because you can't. We don't have. On the ISS, it's 0 G, obviously. So like you can't follow you. Is it not? What's the extra G on the ISS? I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but it's low. It's low gravity, not no gravity.
Well, then maybe it's similar to like the ISS, and you see them throw things occasionally, not like throw things, but like pass things by throwing them, and like they can spin very effectively, but they're not moving quickly through the air. So through the air. Yeah, I was going to say that's not air, but it is air. Yes, once they couldn't breathe. So yeah. Anyway, regardless. I took that to mean he chose not to move out the way, but even if he didn't, even if it was just like he moved and they still got him, I'm just like his reactions and choices after that are still exemplary in my book. So
not to belabor the point, the gravity on the moon, which enables people to stand and hold and bounce a little bit, is 0.166.
Okay.
So 0.3 is double what the moon gravity is. So where they are relatively on the Sirius station is double the gravity of the moon. I don't know if that makes any difference.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the discussion, but
Just
maybe
thinking
to give you a little
thinking
perspective.
about what they can do on the moon, like
Yeah.
a step is almost a jump, you know,
Mhm.
and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. And Mars gravity is more. Mars has
Mars
more
gravity
gravity.
is more.
Yeah, Mars is, I've got to have to look it up. I think Mars is in
I
that
got it.
similar to ours.
I got it. It's 0.3. So it's approximately the gravity of Mars. So
I thought Mars had more gravity than that.
Gravity on Mars is approximately 0.38 Gs.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Fair enough.
Isn't
Anyway,
Google lovely?
regardless, Miller is a boss in crowd control. And I'm concerned about the other guys in charge of the other teams and what they ended up getting up to, because
we don't know, do we?
are they as skilled as Miller? So
Doubt it. What do you think?
You know,
I mean, he seems pretty exceptional with his able to, manipulate the situation, whatever that is.
yeah.
It's really interesting.
Heather asked a good question. If Earthers represent the law of civilization and Belters represent the law of the jungle, where does Miller fit in?
Can you say that again?
If Earthers represent the law of civilization and Belters represent the law of the jungle, where does Miller fit in to those two? Is he in the jungle?
I reject the premise.
Yeah.
Heather, she rejects your premise.
I also
reject your premise because again, we don't have enough information about Earthers. We have a fair amount of information about Belters, but we don't have a lot of information about Earthers and what what their situation is right now. Just that they're not really respected by Belters doesn't give us enough of a perspective on what the
Maybe a
situation
question for
is.
another chapter.
Yeah.
I
But I would also say, I don't necessarily think Belters are without civilization. They have rules. They have a culture. It's just not the culture that we nowadays have, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's sink or swim, fight or flight completely. Because I didn't get that sense that was always that way, because Miller is not that, right? So if he's a Belter, then there has to be other Belters like him.
Yeah, I agree. And Naomi's a Belter, and she's fucking awesome,
right?
So yeah, I don't think I've seen enough.
Yeah.
All we've seen about Earthers, really, the far bulk of what we've seen about Earthers is prejudice from Belters.
Yeah.
That's like getting all your information about,
and Havelock being a complete ignorant dumbass.
We have Havelock being Havelock and
Amos
Holden both being mediocre white guys.
Yeah,
which,
but
Amos that kind of tracks. Those happen.
Amos is brilliant tonight. Is it Amos who was like, Naomi's my boss and that's it?
Yeah.
Yep. But Amos is great, so
yeah,
it's
not enough information yet.
Not enough information.
That question, I don't think.
Okay.
Any other questions?
There are more. I think Leah's got a couple.
Okay.
Yeah. We've been talking previously about spacism and racism, and Havelock specifically does use the term towards Miller that, I didn't think that you would believe in this racist shit. So the fact that the authors are using that term racism to describe what's happening between the various levels of where you live, how did that make you guys feel when you read that term? Was it justification, or was it oh shit, it's meant to be racism and we're not just calling it because that's how it seems to us?
I was not surprised when that term appeared. I was it's very clearly written into the books. In fact, you could have not used that word and it wouldn't have made any difference whatsoever. I didn't feel like there were reading these first chapters before we got to that. I was nothing where I'm like, oh, so it's racism. I was just like, it was so clearly written in and just a this is the world kind of way that it was like, that word appeared and I was like, yeah, that's kind of the expected word and not even necessary to say it. That's how sort of like
it didn't surprise you at all.
No, that's how built in it felt already to me.
I don't know about you, but maybe it's because we're in a certain time and a certain place.
There's certainly
I feel like maybe all of us collectively are more in tune to what the implications of that can be and how much that can really fuck things up, right? And so maybe we're reading, every time we experience a book or a society or a story, we're experiencing it as a reflection of where we as a person are in our lives and what's going on in our lives, right? We talk about this with Wheel of Time. We read the books when you're younger and you have one experience with them, and then you read them again later in your life, and you find connection in different ways because of where you are in your life, and we collectively are all in this very strange nebulous space where the people that we think of as fellow human beings are being treated like garbage. So maybe we're reading this story through the lens with a lot more sympathy towards people who are experiencing that than potentially the authors intended when they wrote it. So it's interesting that we're kind of like, you have that reflection of that when you're looking at these pages and what's happening to everybody, not just one particular group. Like I'm with the exception of Holden being an idiot, I don't want to take sides, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't want to take sides against anyone trying to survive in space, because space is brutal. Space is unforgiving. And
space is dangerous 24/7, and it always will be.
I feel like Havelock's character is there to, as a metaphor, to represent, like, this is why there is some of that spacism, as we're calling it, because he's making like all the wrong choices. Like,
Havelock gave me...
I was like, he was hired to come to the Belt to work for this organization that pays him to be security for a Belter station, and he seems to have no knowledge whatsoever of how shit works. Like, why wouldn't you educate people? Or maybe they did and he's just an idiot, but maybe they didn't. Here's a handbook of what, how things work. There is no water, there is no air, we have to create everything, we have to recycle everything. Yes, if we lose an ice hauler, that's a big fucking deal. Yes, if they mention Mars, that might implicate Mars in a war. Are you paying attention, Havelock? So I feel like he's just this representation of the dumb idiots that come from Earth. They're not maybe all going to be like that, but that's his part of this story, is to show us as readers, this is why the Belters feel this way, because idiots like this come up to work and they don't know shit and they don't care to understand.
In my head, he had what I called Earther privilege. So, you can have I'm a straight white guy, I have a lot of privilege. I feel like he doesn't realize the privilege he has as being an Earther, growing up where, water falls from the sky, even if it's not exactly clean. Oxygen is always there. You've always got something to breathe. If the wall falls, your front door breaks down or something, you don't then go into a vacuum state and everyone dies. He's got a lot of privilege of things he does not have to think about, and he has brought that to series and has not tried to work his way through it.
Not even trying to listen to what Miller's saying, explaining the culture. He just goes to this scientific philosophical bullshit about so you're being racist by arguing that Belters are a completely different species, and Miller's that's literally not what I was saying. I didn't mention any of that. It's just there's what's vital to life, and everything
like,
else,
yeah.
and you don't fuck with that.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
Great. Those are great points. I made a note saying it was interesting reading this chapter in 2026 where news spreads so fast and people/governments are making decisions based on incomplete false information, and how the people who are responding react to the reaction, essentially, to the
It's
that
very
information.
go back to our misinformation, disinformation conversation we had last
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very reflective of that. When was this book written? Yesterday?
It was. I literally just looked that up. It was released on June 2nd, 2011.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it was probably written some like 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, late 2010. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, any other specific questions, or shall we do our weekly questions? Overseas just put a comment in chat. Who does Mel think dies next?
Oh, yes. Any other foretellings as well?
No, I made my foretelling. What foretelling did I make?
You
Oh.
thought so that you
Yeah.
asked Mel first. So Mel thinks that the OPA is the stealth ship, that it's not the Martians. Rob thinks
I
that
thought that
it's a
too.
double bluff, that the OPA is blaming Mars, and that the stealth ship isn't the pirate ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
You also think that we're going to discover who nuked the Cant in book 3.
I noted that too.
You
Was-
did say
did I-
that. You
Did I
said
say
that.
Yeah. Okay.
I wrote
Yes.
it down.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I just.
No,
trying to
I
select-
mean, to be clear, he said that the Belters are going to find out who knew
Yes,
the can
he did.
Yeah.
in book
Said
3,
the
not that we, the audience.
Yeah, that's why I was just thinking about like how did I word that? Because did I actually
Yeah.
say what I meant? Yes.
It was yes.
Like it becomes general Belter knowledge.
Belters find out.
Yeah.
In book 3, not until book 3. Okay, who am I killing?
Yes. Who's gonna die next? Who's gonna get Gabby
You're-
sick?
Besides
you're
that
2 out of
poor-
3 so far.
Poor nameless Martian person. The next person I'm gonna kill is Captain Shadid.
All right.
Because
And
I
she
want-
dies because she's a bad person and an OPA agent.
I think she's been dealing under the table, and she's gonna get herself in too deep, and then she's gonna get spaced by one of the gangs.
Yeah, you think she's maybe the mole in there, and she sold off the Riot gear for her own money?
That's
I
what I
think
was thinking.
so.
Yeah.
That's what
I agree with
think.
that. I like
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
I
She loves
and
cinnamon coffee scents. How could we not love her?
No.
Sorry, go on, Mel.
I know. Yeah, I because I want Miller to like take charge and clean up the act and I don't know.
I like that.
I
like
want
that.
him to win. I want Miller to win.
Miller is my favorite so far.
I want him to have a win. He's not my favorite.
Like
Naomi's
after these
my-
chapters now, like Miller's my guy. So
All right.
I still
Naomi's-
like other characters, but Miller, I'm just like got a lot of respect for you right now. So
Okay.
Naomi is 10 for 10 and has
I
done no
mean-
wrong.
Naomi's like 100 for 10 right now. So you know
She can do no
she continues to be
so over
flawless.
the male agenda right now.
Yeah.
And to be clear, that usually means that she has to die in normal stories, because like you can't be too perfect of a character, because then you have to get off. But I am
That's
not.
kinda why you chose Ade to die, because you didn't want Naomi to die. So you were sacrificing Ade
Yeah. That's
in
true.
on
it's my
the,
fault.
the
Ugh.
altar of Naomi.
But you did get the captain with it, so you know
I did.
there's
I
some
did.
balance in there.
And
So
how
sad.
random is it that they all joined this crew on the night and survived?
So
Yeah. I think Naomi's only getting me trouble if she gets like actually made to be in charge of something like that's
Wait.
really vital.
oh,
You know, so if she gets made like captain of a really vital ship or something, then I'm like she's in trouble.
okay.
As long as she's like the XO type position, you know, fixing other people's fuck ups, Holden, then I think she's safe because she's a vital cog that isn't a prominent cog. But when she's that vital and prominent cog, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
I see Mies making that note.
Writing that one down.
All right. We have
right.
some Aiel questions, yeah?
Yes.
In these chapters, what is the most Aiel moment? So you can either choose one from both chapters, or you could just choose one.
I mean, I feel like very water-related one is when Miller's just like, you can't fuck with water. You know, you need the vitals. We do not take that lightly. You know?
Aqua.
That feels very Aiel coded right there. So.
We don't mess with that. Yeah, I agree. That's what I was going to say too.
Nice.
I was gonna say the kneecaps, just take him down.
Yeah.
If he talks anymore, just shoot him in.
No, but he should have done that. If he were an Aiel, he should have done that.
But he didn't have the guns.
Yeah, but he should have.
Diamond
an
hands.
Aiel
Bam!
wouldn't have the weapons. He should have fashioned his own.
And he doesn't kill him, he injures him and then takes him captive. So
Ooh,
He
just
injures him
takes
to be a
some
guy
time.
leader. Come on.
Yes.
Fix him up, give him some new knees, and they
Shut the sky shine.
That's
Okay.
right. Sky shine.
He's already halfway there.
There we go. Yeah. That's hilarious. Nice. All right.
all right, Mel, did you have a Aiel moment?
It was the same as Rob.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
same
we
one.
picked the same moment this week, it seems. Yeah.
Okay.
So. All right. What's the next IO question?
Which character in this chapter acts most like an IO?
Freaking Naomi
Yeah.
standing up to Holden and being just like, boss man, you fucking idiot. This what you gonna do?
That
Take
isn't
care.
there like a moment like that in the Wheel of Time where
Yeah,
one of the
Nynaeve, 95% of the books.
I know. Like basically, when Sulin and all of the
Yes.
maidens go up to
Go
Rand
to
and break
Rand,
their
yes.
spears, that's
Yeah.
basically was very much what Naomi was doing because she was putting her job on the line by
Yep.
defying him to his face,
and she did it in private as well. She
Mhm.
waited till everyone
Exactly.
on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But she nominated herself EXO, gave herself a job, and then just kicked that job ass in her first official act as EXO of the night.
And claiming
EXO
that
of
job.
the shuttlecraft.
Yeah. Claiming that job also feels a little like ill as well. I could see Sulin being like, and I'm your second in charge, right?
And
So-
now I'm the
let me just
EXO.
tell you how it is.
And I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you're an idiot.
Okay.
I was gonna say Miller for the de-escalation of the confrontation, so he could have chosen violence, but he went about it in a very Aiel manner, where he's like, "This does not need to be a fight. Like, and
He
a fight is
earned-
actually going to be non-productive for all of us." So
The most G. Earning.
Miller was my second moment. Yeah. So I'm glad that you picked that because I was like, those are the two for me.
Mm-hmm.
What is the stabbiest moment?
Miller telling Havy to check his privilege.
Ooh.
It's pretty good.
I'm gonna give it to Ade.
Justice for Ade.
It's like, come on, baby, just one more time, just be with me, baby. And she's like, fucking fine. And then she says nothing to him. she's about to explode. She's just like, fine.
This fucking
Sit
guy.
here
This is
and
true.
listen to me say nothing to you.
Yeah.
I approve wholeheartedly.
Said a lot without saying anything, which is always very skillful.
Mm-hmm.
I think
It's
the
pretty
authors gave us a heart stab by actually blowing up the cans, where we were like, "No, we're just gonna go rescue everybody." Like,
Yeah.
no, they're all dead.
Do you know what? I kind of
Poor
envisioned
Cameron.
in that moment that dude with the missing arm, like wasn't
Cameron.
gonna. Cameron, yeah, I just thought like, well, he's going to be one of the victims of this, missile attack, and I mean, he was, but I didn't think it would be the entire. Yeah, so definitely a heart stab there. I mean, it stabbed me so much I couldn't pick up the book for 2 days. So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's crazy that you had to put it down.
Well, I got distracted on the Monday, and I was on my way to work when I was reading it. So Monday I was like, I'm going to try and do some other things, and then like Tuesday I got back up and was like, no, I'm going to read it today actually, on my way to work and like get through this properly. So yeah. But yeah,
Right
in
on.
essence, it was 2 days before I picked. Yeah, so definitely that was a hard step. Yeah. So, is that all our questions? The IO ones? I can't remember.
We have one more.
I really like
more.
this book, and if I had my choice, I would just like.
Oh, I would have stormed through this
I
book
would have
already.
just
Yeah.
like.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's tough not to go through the next pages.
Yeah.
Like, I have to like, when I'm doing this and like that's the next chapter there, I only look at the bold and be like, oh, Holden's the next chapter.
I actually almost kind of purposefully wait to read it until I almost have no more time to read, so that I don't
No
past
tempted.
it. I was like, I don't have time to read anymore, so I can't. I do that to myself.
I read it 2 or 3 times. It's the only thing that like stops me. So if I read it just the once, I think I'd just be like, now I'm going to make notes about this. No, I'm going to read it a couple of times. So yeah.
Well, I never volunteered to make notes, so I can just roll.
You can, yes. I volunteered to make notes, and they're bizarre notes most of the time. But very much I'm just spouting my current, like what words are actually hitting my head. Right, I'm just going to type that out. It's kind of
No,
So
that's
final
good. It's
question.
probably a cool way to process the book.
Yeah, it does help me because I actually go through pages and things like that, and I apparently pick up things like Miller doesn't move. And
You know
everyone
what's
thinks
cool
Miller
is when you
does.
do your next reread, you'll have all your notes and you'll be like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
7 years from now, we can do a reread.
7 years.
Yeah.
Let's do our last IEL question and then we'll wrap up.
Yes. Who has the most G and who has the most O? Go.
I think Mel might agree with me here. Miller and then Holden, respectively. Or like Miller / Naomi and then Holden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holden has the most toe forever for the entire rest of the book.
Like, it's going to take a lot. Like,
No
it's
one
gonna take a
can
lot.
top him. Holden is the toeist. He's the toeist toey.
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, I would give that crown to both Naomi and Miller. They both did some pretty bitchy.
In different ways as well. Like, respectively different ways, but like both awesome. Both impressive. So yeah. We have two G's and a fuckload of toe trucker toe.
Miller and Holden.
That guy.
That's two sides of the same
I mean,
coin.
maybe for the rest of the book he's Toden instead of Holden. So because he's got.
I really hope that the authors don't expect that he's supposed to be a sympathetic character that I like, because he's really a problem for me right now. That one.
Here's a question from me to you, Mel.
Mm.
Do you think he will ever stop being the toeist and maybe be an okay character? Do you think there's a chance for that? I know
I'm going to say I think everyone has a chance. No one is so far gone into the dark. They cannot return to the light.
Give me a percentage that he stops being the toeist.
In this book?
In this book.
I think he has about a 15% chance in this book.
Okay. He stops being the toeist.
But potentially over the whole series, because they do seem to like to write about him. I think there's maybe more like a 60% chance that he can stop being the toast.
Cool.
But not in this book.
Not in this
He
book.
dug himself too far a hole.
Well, good thing there's 9 books. He might be, if he's stays through the entire series, there might be a chance for
maybe
him to get into the middle.
Redemption arc.
Every now and again, I'm going to check in with you, Mel, and just be like, "How's that percentage level looking?"
So the toast. He's the
still-
toast.
Amazing. All right, I think that's us wrapped up.
2 chapters next week.
Yes, so we have
I looked it up.
next week.
Yeah, so we've got Holden is
Oh,
chapter
Miller.
7, and that's 10 pages, and Miller is chapter 8, which is also 10 pages.
Oh,
You just
man.
hold the Miller for the whole fucking book.
We're just
Like,
molding it over.
yeah,
Well,
mold,
and
mold,
then I
mold,
did
mold.
look ahead just in case you guys think you might want to read more. Chapter 9 is Holden with 10 pages, and chapter 10 is Miller with 10 pages.
Oh my gosh. This is the
We're just
flip-floppiest book I've ever read.
Flipping.
Oh, if they don't at least flirt. Seriously, the book is just killing us right now.
Can we see that ghost picture one more time?
I want to see that picture again.
1990,
That's a Holden picture.
1990.
We've got multiple pictures we need a review of.
We do need a review. Sorry, that's the video. Scroll up. Yeah, this is the ghost picture.
So good. So good.
So Spuds and I joked about this at the steading. Which is
Okay.
like an arts and crafts and like sort of like a hangout body doubling type space where people just like do various different things. I'm writing an email or I'm tinkering with, some sort of, technical work or something when I'm on here. But yeah, we joked about this and he was like, I've kind of got like ghost vibes, and I was like, and that's all he said. And in my head, I instantly envisioned the movie, not like a ghost,
Right, of course.
paranormal. I instantly thought this, and then he carried on the sentence like, yes, that's exactly when you said ghost, that's what I hoped you meant. And then he's literally sent me this tonight. I didn't know because he didn't get to it, and he said, yeah, I got this done for you. All credit to Spuds, very talented man. He did this in 30 minutes.
Amazing.
Just incredible. But yeah, so good. And they've like
Holden's face is just like he's just so demure. I just think
and it's so funny that it's like Holden holding Miller, because I feel like in real life it would be Miller trying to hold Holden.
I don't know, like Holden
okay.
obviously
It's
needs-
okay. We'll get your space blankie for you. Like.
Very good, Spuds.
Yeah, so let's do a quick roundup of the drawings we've had. So obviously we've had the wonderful Placentamon. And then we got quite musical with
Yeah, we did.
Miller being followed around with the smooth jazz.
Film noir Miller.
Yeah, and then my one, like, is this just a kissing book? And then this great one here as well. So,
Oh my god,
I've got charts, people. I've got charts. So this is just so good. I really love this.
So good.
Yeah. So thank you, Spuds. We really appreciate you giving us the this artwork. It's a completely unexpected treasure for the four of us.
I
And
love
hopefully
it.
you watching at home as well. And
Delightful.
yeah, it is really delightful. It's so wonderful. And
So
I hope that he feels able to do them, but obviously not obligated to do them.
Yeah.
But I hope he feels
Yeah.
he is able and continues to do it as long as he enjoys doing it, because we love seeing them. And also,
Yeah.
shout out to Heather for the voiceover.
Here I come to have your day. Placentamon is on the way. Placentamon.
She's so good. She's so good.
So
yeah,
on this year's
So if
list.
anybody else has any artistic talents that you would like to contribute to the collective body of this very strange book podcast YouTube show that we're doing, we won't object.
Yeah, we'll take any
Bring
of your
it.
ideas.
And
Bring it.
at the end of this, I'm going to I don't know. We're gonna find a way to collate some of these arty things together.
Oh, for
Or
sure.
Maybe we'll like find a way to, put in like funny comments we've said, or justice for Derek and stuff like that. And we'll find,
Dave.
we'll build a scrapbook, craft book, something like that,
Mhm.
to commemorate the read through of this book here, and that will be something we put together.
Oh, maybe we can make it a prize at What a Holiday.
Yeah, we'll
That'd be
figure
fun.
something out. Yeah, exactly. So we'll find a way to craft some kind of collective of all these things that are coming together. Because when we started this, we thought we would just be reading and having fun, which we are. I don't think any of us really thought that we would have such so many gifts back. Yeah, so many gifts back
I had
to
a
us.
strong feeling.
But this is why the foldies are the best, honestly.
Yes.
True.
Because it's not just us bullshitting and saying ridiculous things.
We couldn't do this as a pre-recorded show. It would be we still love hanging out with each other, but it wouldn't be anywhere near as magical as you guys watching make it for us. So
I
thank you
am
so
like
much.
90% less entertaining when I don't have an audience.
And I get 90% less predictions and crazy things happening when I don't have Mel bouncing off with me. So
Older's Years, 2 chapters for next week.
2 chapters for next week. So
Okay.
next week we're doing
7 and
chapters 7 and 8, which shockingly are Holden and Miller.
Who
Which means
knew?
I virtually don't need to change. I don't need to change the text almost next week. So-
Except for that one. Just
it
that
said
one.
every week now I've just changed the chapter numbers, and I don't have to change the Holden and Miller part because it's still just Holden and Miller.
Sure.
So, but if you are watching at home, folks, you're watching back later, please throw in a comment below. Obviously, not spoiling anything beyond chapter 6. Commenting about things you've seen in the show, silly things you'd add, questions you might want to ask, things like that. And like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new here. We do real-time content, as you saw at the beginning, but we're doing a read through the Expanse with a range of views, and we have a lot of fun doing that. And if you know someone who might enjoy that, send the stream to them. Well, send the first one to them so they can watch from the beginning. Because there's a lot of out-of-context stuff happening, like Percentile right now, so, you know.
The lore. The
lore. You've already
started
missed it.
again.
This is the 4th episode, and you're missing out on lore already if you don't watch from the beginning.
5th episode.
So, yes. Is this our 5th one?
That's the one. Because we've all done
We
it
did
enough.
the prologue. We did
Prologue 1,
Walden,
2,
then we did
3,
Miller.
4.
Yeah. So this so this is our 5th episode. Yeah, so 5 episodes in, and we've got a huge amount. What should we get? Okay. Heather, what do we want to comment this time?
I want to know what other people's theories are, or who's rereading or haven't reread, of whose fault it is. Why do they want the war? Why do they want people to be at war?
Yes.
Sorry, it took me a minute for the words to come out of my mouth, but they were
If
in
you
my
are
head.
a first-time reader, comment below with who you think is behind this attack on the Cant.
Yes.
Right? And if you are not a first-time reader, please put down your
Non-spoiler-ish comments.
your favorite Spuds creation so far.
Great. I love that.
There we go. So that's it. So if you're a first-time reader, who is behind the attack on the Cant? All right. And if you are a veteran reader, you've read it all before, then just put down which Spuds drawing is your favorite so far. We believe in you.
And you can always feel free to share art ideas. What kind of art do you want?
So true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could also do that. Be like, hey, I was inspired.
Not necessarily Spud's art, but any kind of art.
Exactly. So
I know we've got some sewists and quilters in here.
Yep. If you can't pick a favorite, that we understand that, maybe just put down alternative pronunciations for scopuli. So there are 4 options there for you people. Take your pick.
Which I will just post the chart picture.
I love that. All right, folks. So like I say, that's it. We'll be back next week, where at the very least in the news segment, I will be bringing you my thoughts and feelings on Into the Woods with Kate Fleetwood that I'm off to see in like 36 hours.
I'm so jealous.
Yes! I'm very excited about it. So, but that's it, folks. So as we like to say around here, until next time, may you always find love, water, and shade.
Bye.
May you always find love, water, and shade.
Here I come to have your day.